Daniel was born in a small compound at the edge of Lagos. The walls were cracked, the roof leaked whenever it rained, and the noise from neighbors never stopped. His father was a commercial driver who spent long hours on the road, while his mother sold vegetables by the roadside. Life was never easy, but they were content until tragedy came. When Daniel was 17, his father died in a box accident. His mother became the breadwinner. Every morning before sunrise, she went to Mile 12 to buy vegetables, carry them on her head, and sold them under the hot sun. Daniel helped her after school, but the little they earned could barely feed them. He dreamed big. He wanted to study engineering and build machines that could make life easier. But after finishing secondary school, reality arrived like a slap. There was no money for university. His friends moved on to higher institutions, while Daniel stayed home, helped his mother, and wondering if life would ever smile on him. Poverty teaches patience in hard ways. Daniel carried baskets, swept stores, and sometimes followed his mother to beg traders for leftover vegetables. At night, he sat outside their small room, staring at the sky, thinking of how people rose from nothing to something. He didn't have a laptop or a computer, only a small phone with a cracked screen, but he used it to watch free videos about technology, design, and entrepreneurship. Months passed, bills increased. Their landlord threatened eviction. Daniel took small jobs, washing cars, carrying loads, anything that could bring few naira. Some days they ate once, some days not at all. Then one morning, his mother fell ill from exhaustion. Watching her struggle broke something in Daniel. He decided he had to find a way to change their story. He packed 2 shirts, 1 pair of jeans, and 3,000 naira. His mother gave him all she had and left for Lagos Island in search of work. Lagos Island welcomed him with chaos. Buses, hawkers, noise, and dust filled the air. He stayed with a cousin who worked at a printing press. At first, things seemed fine. But after 2 months, the cousin complained that Daniel was an extra mouth to feed. One afternoon, Daniel came home to find his small bag outside. He had been asked to leave, with nowhere to go. He slept in front of a locked shop. The cold cement became his bed, and his backpack his pillow. Every night, he stared at the street light and whispered to himself that he wouldn't give up. Days turned into weeks of searching for work. He moved from shop to shop, asking for anything: cleaner, messenger, storekeeper, but everyone said the same thing: no vacancy. Hunger becomes familiar. He often survived on pure water and bread when he was lucky to get some. One afternoon, while roaming around CMS, Daniel noticed some young men working on laptops inside a small cafe. They were creating posters for businesses. The designs catch his attention. He stood behind them quickly, observing how they combined pictures and words. Something inside him clicked. He wanted to learn that skill. He began hanging around the cafe daily, offering to run errands, sweep the floor, or buy food just to stay close. Over time, one of the boys noticed his interest and allowed him to watch tutorials. Daniel started learning graphic design using free apps on his phone. At first, his work looked terrible, colors mismatched, fonts crooked, but he kept practicing every night, using borrowed Wi-Fi and borrowed time. After 3 months, he designed a simple poster for a shoe seller near the cafe. He wasn't asked to do it, he just wanted to try. When he showed it to the man, the seller liked it and paid him 1,000 naira. That 1,000 naira felt like a miracle. It wasn't just money, It was proof that his effort meant something. He bought food, charged his phone, and worked even harder. Soon, more people in the area started calling him the design boy. He charged 1,000 naira or 2,000 naira per poster. Some refused to pay, others mocked his work, but Daniel didn't argue. He saw every mistake as a lesson. One day, a woman hired him to design a banner for her boutique. It was his biggest job so far, 10,000 naira. He worked tirelessly for days, but when he presented it, she said she didn't like it and refused to pay.
But I'm not sure it matches what we discussed.
That night, Daniel sat in his tiny corner of the cafe storage room, heartbroken. He hadn't eaten all day. For a moment, he wanted to quit, but quitting wouldn't feed his mother or change his life. So instead, he redesigned the banner for himself, studying where he went wrong. That experience taught him something priceless. Every failure hides a lesson. Months later, the cafe manager noticed Daniel's dedication and offered him a small position designing flyers for the cafe weekly programs. The pay was little, but it was steady. He used the cafe's Wi-Fi to continue learning after work. Bit by bit, he saved enough to buy a second-hand laptop. It took him almost a year, but when he finally bought it, he held it like treasure. That laptop became his breakthrough tool. With better equipment, his designs improved. He created an online portfolio and began applying for freelance jobs on the internet. At first, no one hired him, but persistence became his habit. He applied daily, even when rejections filled his inbox. One morning, he received his first international job worth $30. He completed it perfectly, received good feedback, and used the money to improve his tools. That review attracted more clients, and slowly Daniel's online reputation grew. Within a year, Daniel was earning enough to move into a small one-room apartment. He sent money to his mother monthly and even paid for her medical bills. He expanded his skills, learned digital marketing, and began creating social media ads for businesses. Soon, he started a small design agency called Skyline Creatives. It began with just him, but later he trained two young boys from his neighborhood, giving them the same chance he once begged for. His agency handled flyers, logos, and social media branding for small companies. Daniel no longer slept in front of shops. He wore clean clothes, owned his own laptop, and had clients from within and outside Nigeria. But even with success, he remained humble, remembering how it felt to go to bed hungry. One Sunday morning, Daniel traveled home to surprise his mother. She was older and weaker but still selling vegetables. When she saw him arrive in a clean car, tears filled her eyes. He helped her sit down, unpacked a bag full of goods, handed her money to rest and stop working. He relocated his mother to a new house with a painted walls. That day, as he looked around their old house, he realized the journey had been worth every pain, every hunger, every lonely night. Daniel began visiting schools and community centers, teaching young people how to earn online through creativity. He told them that he started with a cracked phone and free Wi-Fi, but what really helped him was discipline and consistency. Many listened because they saw proof standing before them. His story spread. Companies invited him to speak at events. He didn't see himself as a celebrity, only as a messenger of hope. Moral lesson: Daniel's journey teaches that success is never instant. It's built through pain, patience, and persistence. The struggle may be long, But each hardship is a step towards strength. He proved that background doesn't define destiny. Choices do. And when you keep learning, keep working, and never stop believing, the same street that once rejected you will one day celebrate you. The end.